16 days epic South Island, New Zealand itinerary in Campervan Part 1. Hi guys, this is Xander and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to take you to our 15 days epic Campervan South Island, New Zealand trip. This itinerary was carefully planned to cover the most visited parts and best of South Island. There is another video that you should also watch that covers our 15 days trip to North Island to give you the best and most memorable experience in New Zealand. If you have more than 15 days to spend, then it's much better as New Zealand is such a beautiful country, just like a paradise. There are clips in the video that cover recommended activities in specific places. Also, there are 3 parts of this video, so no need to be overwhelmed in planning your trip. Just watch and relax and enjoy our packed full video for incredible sights and adrenaline-rushed adventures of the top places in South Island, New Zealand in the comfort of your motorhome. This itinerary is also suitable to any type of traveler like families, friends, couples, or solo, in a campervan or different accommodations, budgets, and interests. Our trip started from Christchurch, where we lived, and covered most beautiful places in South Island, with picturesque snow-capped mountains, spectacular lakes and rainforests, and magnificent scenic roads. Follow the map and you'll see the destination that are mentioned. This campervan road trip will also be a good introduction to South Island. Highlights if you only have a few days to spend. We lived in Christchurch, New Zealand for more than 10 years now, so this campervan trip may be a bit fast for some people, but we have been traveling quite a lot, and we have visited these places for so many times now, and we have some holidays that we have been spending weeks in just one place. So this is just a good introduction to these places. And when you come back to New Zealand, you can choose the area that you want to spend longer times. The 16 days itinerary is also doable in any shorter time if you really want to crunch those numbers. Actually, this trip is already a bit fast-paced, but since we lived in New Zealand and only wanted to cover as much as we want around South Island with a campervan experience, then that's the reason this is our itinerary. The driving times from one place to another ranges from 45 minutes to a maximum of 3 hours, but we make sure that we do a lot of short stopovers if it is a long drive. We hired a self-contained 6-berth campervan for this trip and stayed in a highly recommended holiday parks and freedom campsites to get the most unforgettable campervan experience. We used a Campermate or Rankers app to easily find the locations of campsites. Mom and Dad had to switch driving the campervan from time to time to get some rest, and at the same time, me and my brother can easily take a nap inside as well if we need. The beauty of it as well is we can stop anywhere and anytime we want, and all belongings are with us all the time. Day 1. Christchurch to Lake Tekapo. Drive 2 hours and 45 minutes. We picked up the campervan in Christchurch at 8:30 a.m. and started our drive. We arrived at approximately 11:15 a.m. in Lake Tekapo and had a bunch at one of the picnic tables. Lake Tekapo is a picturesque by day and dazzling by night. After our brunch, we headed to a tiny stone church called Church of the Good Shepherd. On one of our previous trips here, it was a clear dark sky, and it was our perfect spot for free night stargazing. where we had a nice view of the constellations like the Milky Way. Tekapo is part of Aoraki International Dark Sky Reserve because its light pollution is strictly controlled in the area and is one of the 8 in the world. Within this reserve is Mount John Observatory, where you can take a stargazing tour and experience millions of aspiring stars. It is a part of UNESCO Dark Sky Reserve. Amazing constellations will be seen through telescopes, including the Milky Way, Southern Cross, and the Magellanic Clouds, which the keen stargazers will truly enjoy. Mount John Observatory is a very good place for stargazing, and they offer stargazing tours too. Lake Tekapo is also a very nice during summertime, where lupins are everywhere, especially around the lake. But it is usually for a short 6 weeks, from mid-November to early January. We played in the playground and relaxed out. I have here some other recommendations to do in Lake Tekapo. If you have a few days to stay here, like we have done a few times before, soak in Tekapo hot springs during the day and enjoy the lovely scenery, or do it during the night and stargazing at the same time while relaxing in a hot tub. You can also do some Mackenzie's Basin walking track if you're up for a walk. If you visit Tekapo in the wintertime, don't forget to go to the Around the Hills ski area, which is quite a nice ski area. Also, Tekapo outdoor ice skating and snowboarding. In the late afternoon, we headed off-road to Lake Pukaki Reserve overnight, Campervan parking, where we spent our first night and did stargazing. This freedom campsite is truly a gem, but only suitable for self-contained vehicles. Day 2. The following morning, we woke up early with an amazing view of the lake Pukaki with snow-capped mountains in the background. Lake Pukaki is a large turquoise lake with Mount Cook on the backdrop. We had breakfast inside of the campervan and did a short stroll around the beautiful lake. Then started the jaw-dropping epic drive to Mount Cook National Park Road and stopped at Peter's Lookout with an amazing view. Then after, we arrived at Mount Cook National Park, home of the tallest mountain in New Zealand. This place is the most dramatic scenery, starting from the scenic drive along Lake Pukaki all the way to Mount Cook National Park. We started to do the famous Hooker Valley track straight away, which is a 3-hour walk. We actually did this a lot this time doing the hike, as we usually do this hike for almost 6 hours return, as me and my brother Lee usually get tired so easily. This is an incredible walk that is suitable to any age, and you can be blown away with its magnificent beauty of landscapes, suspension bridges, boardwalks, and jaw-dropping views of Mount Cook. Anyone coming to New Zealand can easily make this as one of their trip highlights because it's of majestic beauty. There are lots of hikes you can choose from, depending on your hiking experience. Mount Cook National Park has a tiny village, and there are so many accommodations in the area that you can choose from. After our exhausting but incredible walk in Hooker Valley track, we have our snacks back in the campervan. After we went to the world-class Mount Cook Visitor Center, it has a beautiful large picture window and a nice place to spend time. Please also watch my separate video of Mount Cook National Park, where I have more details about the area and you will truly enjoy. We have been to this place several times now, And since I was just 2 years old, I kept coming back here. And so I have shared in that video all about the cool things about this place. It's such a beautiful place to visit. And once you are here, you feel like you don't want to leave this place and just want to stay. We then spent the rest of our afternoon relaxing in this beautiful place. On our second night, we stayed in the beautiful campsite, which is called White Horse Hill Campsite. This is one of the best campsites we stayed in, as it has magnificent alpine scenery and is perfectly located inside of Mount Cook National Park. Day 3. Our third day had breakfast. We did the Tasman Glacier Walk and the Blue Lake. This is just a short 40 minutes return walk with granite glide and rock steps. We then headed back to the high country salmon farm along Pukaki Road, our favorite place to feed salmon fish, and then after that we ate our After our refreshing snack, we headed to Omarama Clay Cliff, which is located on a private land, and so a gold coin needed to enter the place. Fun fact, Clay Cliff is a beautiful natural rock formation formed by layers of silt and gravel disposed in the lake and rivers around 20 million years ago. Wow, that is really amazing! It is so beautiful that Mulan movie has actually made it one of their movie set locations when Mulan and the Phoenix were there. The place became even more popular after the movie. At Clay Cliff Walk, we had our lunch in the campervan and then proceeded on our way to Queenstown. We did a short stopover in Aoraki for a snack, which is a charming and quirky place with a nice historical background of gold mining and settlement in Otago region. Then, in the late afternoon, we arrived in Queenstown and went straight to the wharf and played chess with my dad and spent the day in the area. Our third and fourth nights were spent in Queenstown Holiday Park, Creekside, which is an awesome campground. A bit pricey, but in a great location for enjoying Queenstown. It has great facilities as well. Day 4. Our entire day 4 was spent in Queenstown alone. It's not enough, to be honest, as you really need at least a minimum of 3 days to fully enjoy Queenstown. But we've been to this place a lot now. And just for campervan experience, we included it in an itinerary, as this is definitely one of our South Island. Queenstown is called the adventure capital of the world. It's the best place to tick off your bucket list. Adrenaline activities. There are so many activities to do, such as extreme activities like world's steepest zip line, world's biggest human catapult, bungee jumping off of Kawarau Gorge, suspension bridge, skateboarding, boating on the Shotover and Dart Rivers, skydiving, and paragliding. There are also a gondola and itineray cruise, and so much more. It has beautiful scenery and a energetic vibe, and a huge range of things to do from all ages. There's just so much to see and do, and lots of nice places to eat as well. During this campervan trip, we did a boat cruise that went around Lake Wakatipo. Queenstown is the best place for sightseeing as well. So even if you decide not to do any extreme activities, you can just relax and enjoy the scenic, living, and fun environment of the city. After our cruise, we hang around the area, ate famous Patagonia cream, and had some nice dining experience in the area. Please also watch my other separate videos all about Queenstown and see more details about the place. In our previous visit to this place, some other activities, we did the gondola and witch ride, shot over jet, ice bars, kayaking and paddleboarding in the lake Waka, and also went to the two best ski areas of South Island, which is the Coronet's Peak and the Remarkable Ski Area. We also visited Aoraki, which is just further down Queenstown, which is called the Gateways to Paradise. Alright, this is the end of my part 1 video for our camping van trip to South Island. Please also watch my part 2 video where I take you to another exciting part of our trip, which starts from Milford Sound, the so-called 8th wonder of the world. See you in my next video. Please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button below and share it with your friends as well. Bye!